So as everyone who watches snow tracks already knows, I'm a huge fan of the new Widescape WS250 stand-up snowmobile. I'm not really sure what we could call it, but that's what I'm going to call it. 2 years ago, after I tested them, I came back and I told AJ how much fun it was and how awesome I thought it was. And I mean, at first you're pretty skeptical, and he was kind of like, yeah, sure, I bet it's cool, and then walked away. This year they sent us 2, and 2 is important because you got to have 2 to have fun with somebody else. And so I have brought AJ out here into the pretty much the perfect setting to ride a Widescape in the woods around our offices. We have non-ideal snow conditions, and it's his first time riding. As you can see, we've already been out riding and put on some miles, and judging by the exhausted look and smile on his face, I think we're having fun. But let's have a look a little bit more at how today went.
Yeah. Oh, they're actually kind of comfortable to sit on. It's a workout. This is the most workout-ish type snow experience I think I've ever had.
I will say though, when Graham and I rode him 2 years ago, after the first day, the second day went way better.
I can see how more seat time would be better, and I can also see how deeper snow would be better.
Well, I mean, think about it. From where we started this morning, barely able to get through the trees. Now we're wheeling up hills and like cruising through between trees and stuff. You just got to get your balance.
Yeah, it's impressive that, I mean, I'm not light. I just recently weighed myself. I'm 235 right now. And this thing gets me around like nobody's business. Like,
and I weigh more than you do, and I haven't had any trouble.
Yeah, going straight uphill. Like it just continues to climb.
The thing that stops you from going straight uphill is balance.
Yeah,
and I think because all the weight is forward, once it starts to wheelie, that weight becomes a tipping point and wants to go back.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get your weight over the front enough to stop it from wheeling.
It's a tall vehicle.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and there's really only 200 pounds of weight.
Yeah.
So you're not dealing with like a snowmobile that has, you know, 250 pounds just in that front section.
Yeah.
You're dealing with, you know, a lot more than that, so. I think a Widescape is like a backcountry exploring vehicle.
For sure.
You can explore places that you can't on anything else except for snowshoes. You can go a lot further. You can have a lot more fun in trees like this with a lot less risk. But really, it's not a snowmobile. It's not a snow bike. It's not a mountain sled. It is something completely different. So you're not supposed to drive these on the trails. You're not supposed to drive it on private property unless you have permission.
Yeah.
But crown land and property that has permission, I mean, I'm gonna take this home in the back of my truck and I'm gonna go explore my property because there's places I haven't gone because there's a swamp and it's frozen now in the winter, and I'm gonna go down and see what's down there. And I haven't been able to do that because in the summertime I can't walk down there because I lose my boots, and an ATV will just get completely axled.
It's just so cool to be in a spot. I mean, not so much here because we really are pretty close to a trail, but to go out in places that literally no human has ever been.
Yep.
Because you can get there. And the nice part, you know, a lot of people say, well, maybe you shouldn't be out there, it's untouched, environmental, blah, blah, blah. This is snow. We're not leaving any damage on the ground.
None.
Once it melts, they're 4 strokes, so they're relatively clean.
Yep.
And the snow melts, you don't know we were there. So it's like a totally low impact exploring vehicle.
And it's flippin' fun.
Yeah.
And it's low speed, low impact, low risk, but massively high on the fun scale.
This is the moment we're ready for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
You can't do any of this on any other vehicle.
No, it's fairly unique unto itself. And I thought at first, I was like, 250 cc's, it's gonna suck. Get it on a hill, it's not gonna pull, it's gonna be really wimpy. You're not driving this more than 10, 12 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, in the woods.
I mean, you get it on a straightaway and yeah, you can open it up and maybe you're doing 25 or 30K. You're not going over that, I don't think.
They're faster than that, but only on like a lake.
Yeah, and it'll go faster, but you don't need to. Yeah,
which is exactly why it's good for a wide range of people, because it's not intimidating. And realistically, the danger level on one of these is very low.
Well, and you can like I'm standing on it right now. I can't do this on a snow bike. A snow bike falls over.
Yeah.
I'm actually very impressed. I Not that I thought negatively of them, but I didn't know what to expect, and expectations are exceeded greatly.
I knew you were skeptical,
A little bit.
but I knew once you got a chance to ride it, you'd come around and know what I was saying.
I mean, it looks like a seahorse on snow. Like it's the goofiest looking thing ever, but it's really fun.
You've never ridden a Widescape until today.
I haven't.
The first question I gotta know is, was what I described,
Yes.
did that become true?
Yes. Would I buy one? Yes. Would I buy two? Probably. Would I put them in the back of my pickup truck? Yes. Would I take them to places that you can't ride anything else? Yes. I honestly, I feel like this is, I said it earlier, but I actually mean it. This is like surfing through the forest.
Yeah.
You're weaving in and out. Once you get yourself a little more confident, which after one day, I'm feeling like I'm getting more confident, I can ride it quite a bit quicker, almost full throttle through the trees, and you get that,
Yeah,
oh,
your
okay.
last section, you're flying through the
Yeah, and
trees.
it's just one of those things that as you, like, I started to move my feet just the slightest bit. I know you said don't do like the jet ski stance. I had them side by side. I moved one just the slightest bit back, and I started to feel like I can weave this thing through the trees and I can ride fast.
Yeah, I would say it's whatever works for you.
Yeah,
the
fair
starting point would be your feet in the middle, and then
sure.
adjust as necessary, or as, you know, adjust to taste.
Yeah.
But no, you looked really good. And I think what's important about what you just said, for all of our viewers, for anybody who's thinking about a Widescape, is that it took us the better part of a day to get comfortable. Even though I've done this before, I had to relearn everything again, and it was like definitely more than halfway through the day before I started to be like, oh yeah, this is how it works. But once you get there, everything becomes easier and even more fun.
If you had an open field to learn in, you do that for a day and a half, and boom, like you're gonna be riding through the trees.
I know for
No
me
problem.
being out here, the biggest fear I have is stuff under the snow.
Yeah.
And so I think another foot of snow would change everything in terms of what I'm worried about.
But we didn't hit anything all day that wasn't that.
We skipped over everything, and we skipped over some stuff I was bracing for impact.
Yeah.
Like I thought for sure I was going down.
They're so light though. In the near future, I think these guys will probably do like a Widescape R. But right now, I'm having an absolute blast, and we're doing it on private property with permission. You know, all those types of things that you're supposed to do. And I'm gonna take it home on my 20 acres, and I'm gonna have a blast with it. And you don't need. People were saying, "Oh yeah, but you can't take it everywhere. You can't go over." You don't need more than a few acres to have fun with this thing.
It's true. I knew you would pick up on this fast and do good. I'd like to point out before we end that I was the only one who hit a jump, so normally that's you.
Yeah, I went with caution.
Yeah, well.
A 250cc four-stroke, I never would have imagined would be this much
With
fun.
20 horsepower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is like old school snowmobiling, but we're doing it somewhere new. And with that amount of horsepower, I thought this is gonna suck. I was wrong, very wrong.